There are no conspiracies, but there are also no coincidences. Stephen K. Bannon power tends to accumulate and is forced to sustain itself. Being suspicious by nature, Harry Cobb approaches every day finding the truth about everything. Even when taking time off from his investigations, Cobb trusts his intuition and his observations. He books passage aboard a space cruise liner, where he is to eventually meet his old friends Mark and Jenna Belkin. A young woman named Angelique and Cobb met the night before and like each other. They stayed out late, and today they talked poolside as the liner effortlessly pushes through space. Cobb finds this woman both intriguing and attractive. But as he is engaging in conversational quips with her, he is notified that his friend Mark Belkin is calling on an emergency channel. Incredibly, Jenna has been murdered in a tracer explosion on Neptune's moon, Triton. Cobb apologizes to Angelique and has his bags brought to the docking bays. He questions why Jenna, a humanitarian who supplied foodstuffs around the Intra solar system, would be murdered. Maybe he was still wondering, as he did at Nevis's funeral with his secretary Sadie and his compadre Rennie Coburn, why Commissioner Nevis died so quickly. Jenna was murdered within a 2-week window of Nevis's death, and it was the new commissioner, the ambitious Felix Alder, who rose to power. It was Alder who pushed Cobb and his old boss, John O'Neill, out of the bureau. And Phil Severinsen, Alder's executioner, also ascended to the top tier. Cobb himself is then kidnapped and almost killed by a man named Grizz in deep space on the way to Triton. He produces an aberrant identity and heads for Triton, but is now certain someone is trying to stop him from finding out why Jenna was killed. Rennie meets him and alerts Cobb that he has been reactivated by the Bureau as Agent Bill McCabe. Giant blue Neptune overshadows the gargantuan enclosed city, called Station 32, and its surrounds to the ice mountains. He is met by the wacky local inspector for Station 32, Buck Wiley, a smart-mouthed, double-talking know-it-all. Cobb encounters more nonsense from Wiley as he begins snooping around Station 32. And then, breaking security, he receives messages from Angelique. Rennie cautions Cobb to forget about her. Cobb's old boss, John O'Neill, has information that Jenna Belkin was working with the Lovinski cartel and was in possession of illegal explosive packets. Wiley alludes to pytoid detonators causing the explosion that killed Jenna. With Angelique trying to contact Cobb and Rennie drinking red amber, a wild man's drink, a bioregressive human woman, Nora Kochenkov warns Cobb that certain forces do not want Jenna Belkin's death investigated. The hotel security man, Calvin Glavin, also fired from the bureau, is sent to help. Wiley reappears and begins disparaging Calvin. Many forces are aligned against Cobb in one huge Gordian knot. The bioregressive woman is wanted for murder, and Cobb soon learns that Jenna and Mark had been spreading wild stories about outworlder aliens and advanced machines, as well as something called the Waters of Oblivion. He is also sure the cartel is a part of this, as is Alder and Severinsen. There are no conspiracies, but there are also no coincidences. Cobb has genetic scans and a device that decodes sound and conversations from days in the past. But he still faces the cyborg Kochenkov, who may have killed Rennie. Angelique helping him from long distance. And are there aliens ensconced on the edge of the intrasolar system? Where are their advanced machines? Cobb finds himself in prison, with a gargantuan slithering snake-like creature who thrives on devouring the prisoners. Eventually, he rides the creature out of the prison and meets O'Neill back on Mars in a conclave on Olympus Mons, where they search for answers. With the entire Intra-Solar System Investigative Bureau descending upon him, Cobb enters the alien device, and everything revitalizes. What was lost is found, and back in the ice mountains on Triton, he has solved Jenna's murder. Harry Cobb. The Ice of Triton by Robert P. Fitton is sold at Amazon, and the audiobooks is available on Audible. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill.